Good morning and welcome to Quest Television and Quest 93.1 FM. It is the 21st day in the month of June in the year 2023. A lovely Wednesday morning here in the studios, and well, another Wednesday for us to see the major headlines on the front page of all the dailies. My name is Orikemi Mariam and welcome to the paper review on Quest today. Making a return back to the studios this morning, we have 5 newspapers. We have The Guardian, The Punch, The Daily Trust, The Daily Sun and The Nigerian Tribune. And well, it is a midweek. I do not do this alone. With me this morning in the studio is Comrade Efe Odomo, our admirable Quest analyst and proverbial Bishop. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Yes, I also welcome you from your sabbatical leave. I hope you have come with a lot of goodies.
Sabbatical leave indeed. Comrade, you know I do not take leaves. Well, with that being said, let's head straight into the papers first. The first paper for review this morning is the Nigerian Tribune. And on the Nigerian Tribune, the major headline states, Atiku and G5 governors absent as PDP mulls reconciliation. The writer there says party stakeholders meet and review 2023 elections. That story you can read on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. Moving away from that, above the masthead, we have on PEPC, it says Atiku and PDP laments difficulties in getting documents from INEC. The writer there says close case against Tinubu's election tomorrow. More on that you can get on page 4. On subsidy, it says 2 years after NNPCL's autogas program drags. Want to know more on that? Go to that story on page 7. Tinubu approves return of NEMA and NACON to VP's office. It's making it to page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. And also we have after 10 hours of grilling, EFCC grants autumn bill. A lot of people are interested in that story. I know you are. You can continue that on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. In Ondo, it says police arrest nurse and 2 others over baby's missing placenta. Well, that's quite an interesting one. You can read that on page 28. And on page 3, it says Emefiele challenged detention by DSS, seeks 500 million naira damages. That is quite... Comrade, I can see a reaction to that. Yeah, but you can read that story on page 3. And well, that's much we can take on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. The next paper for review is The Punch. And on The Punch newspaper this morning, the major headline reads, New service chiefs, 100 military generals may be retired. The writers there says retirement guild to hit Army, Air Force, Navy, Course 37 and others may be affected. Also, Shetima decorates acting IG Egbetokun as Baba Bak's successor to succeed. You can read all of this on page 2 of The Punch. Moving above the masthead, federal government votes 24 billion naira for 10th National Assembly members' accommodation. A lot of questions are being raised from that. How many are they and why would they need 24 billion naira? But you can read more on that on page 2 of The Punch. Naira closes at 756 naira per dollar as trading rises at the official window. You can read that on page 17. State external debt rises to 3 trillion naira is one you can also read on page 17 of The Punch newspaper. Moving down below, we have Emefiele's detention backed by court order, says DSS. That story you can read on page 8. But what you're getting on page 4 and 5 of The Punch, it's a flood sacks residents from Ogun communities. A sad one indeed. But you can read all of that on page 4 and 5 as I stated earlier. PDP holds reconciliation parley, Wike and others absent is making it to page 27 of The Punch. And well, for the picture of the day, we can see the Vice President Kashim Shettima and also the immediate past Inspector General of Police, Baba Alkali, and others during the decoration of Kayode Egbetokun as the new Inspector General of Police at the State House, Abuja. This picture was taken on Tuesday. And well, that's the much, because we say hearty congratulations to him from Questa, but that's much we can take on the front page of The Punch. The next paper for review is The Guardian. And on The Guardian newspaper this morning, the major headline reads, digital switchover falters and 29 states remain on analog. That is actually standing as the huge picture of the day there, but you can read all of that on page 6 of The Guardian. Moving away from that, we have dollar trades at discounts against naira in black markets. Is the one you can get on page 15. Still on page 15 of The Guardian, it says like Nigeria, Foreign airlines won Ethiopia over $59 million stock funds and the consequences. Like I said, do also read both stories on page 15 of The Guardian. Showore spends 40 million naira on presidential poll, challenges APC and others to declare campaign expenses. That story you can get on page 6. On PEPC, it says Atiku Abubakar and PDP to close case against Tinubu's election on Thursday. Is one you can read on page 4. On page 7, Shetima decorates acting IGP Egbetokun. It's making the headlines on all the dailies this morning. Moving away from that, we have EFCC quizzes ex-Benue governor Autumn over alleged misappropriation. You can read that story on page 4. And when you get on page 5, it says court fixes July 13 for judgment in Emefiele's suit against federal government. Read that story on page 5 as I stated earlier. And well, that's much we can take on the front page of The Guardian. The next paper for review is the Daily Trust. And on Daily Trust, the headline on the front page of the Daily Trust is quite interesting. Comrade, I'm sure you react to this. It says, subsidy removal and Naira devaluation hike RAM price. The writer there says, costs up to 700,000 Naira in Abuja and 400,000 Naira in Kwara. Also, buyers groan and traders lament low patronage. It now begs the question, are the Rams drinking petrol? Well, more on this you can read on page 4 after reading on the front page of the Daily Trust. Moving above the leading story, we have CISLAC and TI and others seek Tinubu's commitment to anti-corruption war. You can read that on page 33. On page 35 of the Daily Trust, EFCC releases Autumn after 9 hours of questioning. And moving away, we have on page 12, it says Kano governor picks Gonjuge's ex-chief of staff and NNPC chair and 17 others as commissioners. Moving away from that story, we have Rano Air's entry boost competition in Lagos Kano routes and others is one you can get on page 25 of the Daily Trust. And also we have Tinubu returns NEMA and NACON to VP's office. You can read that on page 2. Presidential Tribunal grants PDP 2 more days to conclude petition. It's making it to page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And well, for the sake of time, that's the much we can take on the front page of the Daily Trust. The final paper for review this morning is the Daily Sun. And on the Daily Sun, the major headline reads, PDP's reconciliation talks suffer setback. The writer there says Atiku, governors, Wike and others absent. Also, we all contributed to outcome of 2023 poll, says party stakeholders. That story you can read on page 6 of the Daily Sun. Moving beside the masthead, we had at Imo, he says PDP accuses defected SWC members of mismanaging 1.4 billion naira campaign funds. The writer there says Ayamu Okorocha reportedly in unholy deal, a deal most of us want to know about. But you can read that story on page 9. Moving away from that, we have I feel like Tiger, ready to chase away all the criminals, says the comrade. Why are you reacting like that? Okay, well, I feel like Tiger, ready to chase away all the criminals, says the AG IGP. You can read all of that on page 5. Cardinal Onayekon hails change of service chiefs, asks Tinubu to change security structures, making it to page 26 of the Daily Sun. Editors committed to defense of democracy and press freedom, says the NGE. You can read all of that on page 6. RMA FC wants 36 states assembly to amend relevant laws. It's making it to page 6. And also EFCC grills and releases Autumn after 10 hours of alleged misappropriation of funds. Emefiele knows fate come July 13th. You can read that story on page 4 of the Daily Sun. On Enugu Guber, it says tribunal dismisses Naji's petition against Umba and Edelga. It's making it to page 9. And also we have Atiku and PDP close case challenging Tinubu's victory. The writer there says, again, laments difficulties in getting documents from INEC. More on that story you can get on page 9. The final headline on the front page of the Daily Sun this morning reads, Nieti praises Tinubu's determination to end subsidy regime. You can read all of that on page 2. But well, for the picture of the day, we can see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, also with the Secretary to the Government of Federation, that's George Akume, the Chief of Staff, Chifemi Gbajabiamila, and Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State. all at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport at Abuja shortly after the president left for Paris to attend the Global Finance Impact Summit yesterday. And well, that's much you can take on the front page of all the dailies this morning. Next, I'll open the phone line so you could have your say, share your opinion on the headlines that will be taken on the front page of all the dailies I mentioned earlier. The numbers to call are on your screen, but for those on radio, the numbers are 080-22-931-931 and 080-88-888-931. Do want to call into the show, state your name, your location, and have your say. But remember, please stick to the headlines on the front pages of all the dailies. Hello, good morning.
Yeah. My name is Matthew from Owase.
Yes, Mr. Matthew from Owase. We're happy to have you on the show.
I want to comment on this headline saying Amefiele challenges suspension and demands 600 million.
500 million naira. Yes, as compensation.
Yes, million naira as compensation. You can now see one of the atrocities his administration did, his governorship of the central bank did, is all the banks that we have in Uduye are all destroyed because of the wrong policy of the central bank. So many people died. Now you are going to court demanding money again. Himself should apologize to Nigerians for people who died, for people that are suffering today. Instead of demanding for compensation. In fact, the Supreme Court has to decide that you should go back and do another policy entirely. Now he's going to court again. Let us see what happens. May God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria indeed. Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew from Owase. Well, before I move over to Comrade, let's take more calls. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Your name, your location, please.
Tony Bucci coming from Kwale.
Yes, Mr. Tony Bucci, welcome. Please have your say.
The staggering amount of money budgeted for National Assembly accommodation is frightening. There are already accommodations, houses built for this purpose. Are they building a new one? Or is that another way of lavishing the financial treasury? Let us be realistic and prudent in the management. Let the people who are occupants of that house park, they repaint them and people parking. Why use that amount? And lastly, MPLA should kneel down and ask his God for mercy. All these wrong policies he has made that is making Naira to trade for 700 and something Naira in something abysmal. I don't want to go more than that. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. God bless you.
Thank you very much for coming on air. We appreciate the fact that you called in. But with that being said, let's take more headlines, or rather more phone calls before we move over to Comrade. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Your name, your location.
This Comrade is so happy and I'm calling from Mosoga.
All right, Comrade, welcome to the show. Please have your say.
Atiku and PDP lament INEC hiding documents from them.
Yes.
You see, INEC are really behaving as if they are not umpire. They didn't behave well with this election. And let Atiku fire on and let Obi fire on, and we are waiting for Obi, not even Atiku. Then on last, 24 billion naira for accommodation. In fact, politics in Nigeria is just too expensive. These people have houses all over the country. What do they need such a huge bogus amount for houses again for? In fact, they are politicians, they are not doing well at all. God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria indeed. Let's keep those calls coming in. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, man. This
Yes.
is Henry from Mosoga.
Mr. Henry, welcome to the show. Please have your say.
After 9 hours of grilling, EFCC released a autumn.
Yes.
Now, the EFCC should not be taking a job for a ride. A former governor to be broke systematically. For instance, you work in Nigeria with the economic government, which for Christ, party. You look at you investigate it also. But anyway, you must place paper so that you should not take case you want to travel at. The other that someone who is a governor, you just agree for less than hours, you don't live in Sunday. You should plan this for Christ in Nigeria. We are not pushed. Plan this thing. If after a time you call up Ghana for Christ's sake, all head governors should be probed. whether the party in charge is liberty or not, they should be probed. Again, new service chiefs, Nigeria may release the service. Our attitude and process of appointing service chiefs is not that encouraging. We will appoint someone, then other people will just leave a lot. They should look at it like this way. And yes, I know they say that must have taken their hand, but they should do it such a way that they should reduce the people living. Those people that who are trained and have the experience. Then again, PDP and FP petition against democracy today. Yes, thank God they have come to an end. Though they have been complaining of inability of INEC to produce and so. But the judiciary guys to make sure that they give us the real judgment. I know that most Nigerians they cannot solve the system, but at least there's the element of freedom and fairness. Have a good day.
Have a good day as well. Well, comrade, at this point I move over to you. Let's start with the issue of Emefiele challenges detention by DSS and 500 million naira damages. What's your take to this? You heard the reactions from the callers.
Thank you, Miriam. I think I welcome you back again. You know, the inability of the farm owner to catch the thief makes the thief to catch the farm owner.
Comrade.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Instead of Nigerians to be prosecuting Emefiele is in turn trying to prosecute the Nigerian government by demanding 500 billion.
500 million, yes.
All the evidences found in his house were shown on the internet and it was addressed to everybody's eyes. Anything that is addressed to the eyes, it is not an issue you can hide. There is a difference between slander and libel. This one is a proper libel. Everybody saw it. And you are not coming to say that they have arrested you wrongfully. In what way were you arrested wrongfully? Is it the policies that you made that threw more than 80% of Nigerians into abject poverty? Or what? Is it the naira? Is it the foreign exchange policy that raised our money from almost 200 and something naira to $1 to about 750 naira? Or what is it suing the federal government for? That he was not lawfully arrested? What is lawful and unlawful arrest? The guy was taken by DSS into custody, and that is how they've been arresting every other person. Why is it so different that he's going to court? He's afraid he wants to subvert justice. That's why he's running to the court to go and seek for justice. No, justice is not there. The man should be prepared to face the court. Tell Nigerians what he did during his tenure, and if the court found him clean, he will come out of it.
Okay. Well, comrade, you have said that. Let's move over to another headline. Well, the callers did react to that. I'm talking about the headline on the front page of the Punch, where it says federal government votes 24 billion naira for 10th National Assembly members' accommodation. Comrade.
What happens to the accommodation that they build? I know that there's a quarters in Asaba in Akpo. Are they building another one, or they want to refurnish all the buildings, or what do they want to do with that?
Even if they were going to refurnish or refurnish the building or refurbish anything.
Are you telling me now that
24 billion naira?
Are you telling me that the immediate past members of the National Assembly went away with their furniture? They are federal government properties. So if anybody is going away with it, that person should be charged for tampering with Nigerian assets. Why do you vote such money into accommodation for the people for the members when Nigeria is at a crossroad over financial issues? We should put our acts together. All these frivolous spendings, I think it should be their time should be over by now. We should not be looking at irrelevant things that we're talking about these days. We have so many areas of the economy that is begging for attention. Then you not plow that money into accommodation of the National Assembly members. Their quota is there. I've visited it about twice. And there is nothing wrong with that quota. Why do you want to give them that money? Is it now? How many of them do you have? Well, you have about 107 in the Senate, and about all these. Yeah, I can't remember the actual figures they have in the reps now. Now you are giving each person. Let us assume that you are giving them 300 million naira to go and seek for accommodation. What type of accommodation do they want to seek for? Do they want to be living in mass and be coming to earth for their meetings, or what? We actually don't know what we are doing. This government should reinforce this budget implementation monitoring committee. Let us see how our monies are going, and we should see that it is judicially spent, not all these frivolous expenses.
Okay, well, moving away from that, let's just stick to the front page of the Punch. The major headline there talking about the new service chiefs. It says 100 military generals may be retired. And this is called across board. The Army, the Air Force, the Navy, and even Course 37 and others will be affected. What's your take today?
Definitely, yes, it is expected. When a military man is appointed, that is a military tradition. Once you are appointed, all the officers above your rank are automatically retired. If you are appointed a brigadier general, chief of army staff, you do not expect lieutenant general, major general, lieutenant general, and first general to pay homage to him. It's not done. So once a junior officer is appointed, every other person leaves. If you don't want to leave, then you go to the defense house and remain there. But it is the tradition of the military. It is not. It's not a new thing at all. Not only the military, even in the police, everybody above the cadre of the new appointee leave voluntarily, or you are retired, or you go to the defense house. There is no two way about it. It's a tradition.
Okay. Well, let's see if we have time to take one or two more calls on the show before we close this segment. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Well, while we wait for those calls, don't forget that you could drop your messages and also follow us on our social media platforms. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Quest Live Online. If you drop your messages, be sure that we will see them and get back to you. But let's take that call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Your name, your location, please.
Gospel Iboma. I'm calling from Musiri.
All right, Mr. Gospel, please have your say.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that, you see, these National Assembly members who are looking for more money to furnish their whatever, they are very, 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 very bad people. They want to kill the economy. It's not good. They're supposed to manage what the president is trying to put in place. So that's my take. Thank you, sir.
That was quite brief and straight to the point. But well, comrade, we've done the full segment for today. We've exhausted the time for this particular show.
No, yes.
Well,
you cannot fill a dustbin in one day. It is done gradually.
But it is possible to fill a dustbin in one day, comrade.
It is not possible.
It is possible.
It is not possible. Wow. You cannot fill a dustbin because are you going to raise the height up to the sky level? There must still be a space to throw some waste. So we still have tomorrow to throw some other ones.
Yes, we still have tomorrow to throw more waste. Well, comrade, thank you very much for being with me on air today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as usual.
But please don't leave me alone like that for another 2 days again. I won't take it.
Okay, well.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for making a paper review on Quest today, your morning tea. Have a lovely Wednesday.